Hello everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to 12 Days of Christmas with Daisy and Christy, the music edition. We are working with Baby It's Cold Outside today for day 3. And I'm using this gorgeous cut file from Confessions of a Paper Addict. It is from last year's December releases. And I just love the snowflake and heart cut out of the shape of a heart. I think that's just so cute. So that is my main feature, although you kind of see that it will get hidden. I also have this background that I had in my stash. I must have been trying to do something and it didn't work correctly, so I left it. And it's this gorgeous kind of ice blue, which worked really well. And I have these photos. One of them is a family shot. This was before Barrett. I think I was pregnant with Barrett at this time, actually. And one of them, no, maybe. I think I might have been, I think I was pregnant with Barrett. And then the other two photos are with a special filter that makes it look like we're in like the lights. I don't know. It's really cool though. And I took a selfie with each one of my kids. So I put that to the side. And now I'm just trying to play with the snowflakes and the fact that it was freezing. This particular set of photos were taken. We went to a Santa parade. And this is the first time my kids had ever gone to a parade. We really waited. First of all, we're not huge people. So being in crowds is not something we're really big fans of. And with kids, it's a lot. So we kind of waited, and this one was really fun. We went early, a little earlier than we needed to, but we got a really awesome spot right on the corner. So we got a great viewing of the parade, and the kids loved it, even though it was so cold. Nora loved watching the dancers. Jackson loved all of the lights and all of the different things. He had tons of fun with all of that. And so it was a really neat experience, and they loved it. And I wanted to highlight that without it being too, this is a parade, because the photos I took for this particular layout doesn't really show the parade. I highlight the parade in my December daily for that year. So I didn't need it to be anything too crazy. But what I wanted to do was go ahead and have, first of all, a bit of a border in that nice blue. So you're still getting the vibe of what the theme for today is with the song. And then I also want to add in a strip down at the bottom. Now I'm thinking these cars, because it was a parade, so it was like a nod to the parade with the cars, but they're a little too large, and I'm going to trim them and put them on, and I don't like how it just doesn't work. I don't know. It was a little too much. It was a little overpowering compared to my photos. And so I kind of changed my mind about that, and I go with this gorgeous landscape one that is also kind of like a scene, and it has the same vibe. It's still winter, and it kind of still gives a nod to the fact that it's a parade, even though it's a different scene. And I am going to go with that one instead. I'm happy with the way it turned out. I like how it's just this subtle little something down at the bottom, and a nice resting place for those two bottom photos to go as well, which is nice, because otherwise it would look a little funny. Like, why are there two photos off to the right like that? And I feel like adding it really just kind of helps everything tie in together. So I'm pleased with that. You're going to see me kind of work through that part. This part took a little bit, and I left a lot in. You saw that I tried to work with those snowflakes and all of that, and I kind of got where I could. By this time, it was about probably 7 o'clock in the morning, so my two oldest kids had woken up for the morning. I try to scrap first thing in the morning. I tend to get a lot done right then, because it's just Barrett up, and he loves to sit and watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. He'll watch an episode and a half. He just loves that show, and it gives me just enough time to get a little bit of scrapping done in the morning and have my coffee, and we're both a little bit more on the quieter side for that little bit of time, and it's a lovely time. And then my other two wake up and everything goes crazy. And so I did that. I played with where I wanted the snowflakes. I took away the gold and just left in the more muted, it's an off-white, maybe even a really light gray colored snowflake. So you can see them, which is nice because they contrast with the white background. And I'm going to add 3 of them there. I'm going to layer my photo on top of there. And then I needed to have a bit of a hint and a nod again to the fact that this is a parade and it's the Santa parade. So I wanted to bring in Santa Claus somehow. I went into the Hey Santa collection ephemera pack. And I'm going to pull the actual Santa waving. I thought that was cute. I'm going to put him down by the photos of the selfie photos. Also the warm wishes. So again, another nod to the fact that it was freezing. And I'm going to add to the bigger photo, so you can see that one too, I'm going to add the 2 tags. So I'm bringing in that reddy pink and green color. So they're all kind of everywhere. They're spaced out nicely. And a ticket, because I felt like it was a parade, it was an event, so the ticket worked well. And then my title is a little bit more on the softer side. And I actually did that for a reason. I didn't want it to be too out there because it's a nod, it's there, that's why it was, but it's more just the fact I'm probably going to document just how cold it was and all of that versus, the parade itself, because again, that has been documented in my December daily. So it is a little bit of a softer title and you don't necessarily notice it. It's something that Daisy actually mentioned to me when I asked her if anything was missing. She's like, you probably should add something right underneath the word parade so you can see it. And you'll see in the finished layout if I decided to do that or not. I do decide to add a little bit of gold around and some sequins from SpiegelMom Scraps, of course, just to have a little bit of bling. And I'm super happy with how this layout turned out as well. So please make sure you head on over, check out what Daisy has done today. If you're interested in purchasing some sequins, you can visit SpiegelMom Scraps and use my code Christy15 for 15% off. And if you'd like to get your hands on this cut file, it is from Confessions of a Paper Addict from last December's release, and I'll have a link for her shop as well. There's a look to my finished layout. I'll see you all soon. Bye!